Am I audible, students? Respond, all of you. Okay. So let us move to the further. How many approaches we learned to create an object of ND array? So far we completed 5. So can you repeat? Number 1, array of a range of zeros of ones of full of, right? That we need to discuss. That we need to discuss. How many attributes you know of ND array? 5. Number 1, endim, hmm? Si- endim, D type, shape, size, item size. Okay, good. So now I'm going to enter into the linspace here. Also important, most important, very frequently asked question in the linspace. This one we are going to discuss. So what is the syntax we are going to discuss? Very simple. You need to remember all sorts of syntaxes. Remembering functions is different. Remembering syntaxes is very different, right? You need to remember the syntaxes. So I'm going to write it. Variable name is equal to, that is ND array object is equal to numpy dot linspace. Linspace, that is not line space, it is linspace. Linspace of, it is taking various parameters. So the first point is what you know, start, and then next is stop, next is num is equal to 50. Next is called a what? End point. End point is equal to true. And RET step, RET step, RET step is equal to false, comma, D type, comma, D type, D type. This is what we are supposed to remember. These are the points. Very, very simple. So these two are called what? Positional parameters. Num is equal to 50. I will explain everything one by one here. So first of all, what will be the purpose of this one? Very regularly asking question. Multiple times you will come across. Okay. So linspace purpose is very simple. So the meaning of lin, this function is used for, this function is used for generating linearly, 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 linearly equal spaced values, equal spaced values, equal spaced values over the interval, over the interval. Go back. Whenever you come, you will come inside. Huh? Huh? Are you CM or what? To clear the traffic. Stand back side. Whenever you come, you will rush over to the class. Huh? How many approaches are there to create an object of ND array? Hmm? Then you tell. You come and sit in my seat. How many? ఇక్కడ దగ్గర ఇక్కడ నాకు ఎదురుగా నిలబడి స్టాండ్ straight straight to me. How many? How many I taught to you last 3 days onwards? I am asking him only. Are you having any hearing problem or vision problem? Huh? How many I taught to you? Huh? Don't know. But you will rush over to the class. Come, come here. Bring your bag. Take the chair. Sit here. Because you are VIP now. VIPs will sit only front. Move front. Now listen. So you want to sit very front. So you sit. Keep your bullet in the bag. So this function is used for generating linearly equal spaced value over the interval. Interval means what here, you know, students? The start as well as what, you know, stop. The value called what? Start and stop. This is what you need to write it. The lin is nothing else but linearly. Equal spaced values, spaced values over the interval. Interval means what? Start and stop. What is the meaning of this num is equal to 50? So start means from where you want to stop. Stop means where you want to end. That already you know in the arange function also. This num is equal to 50. By default, you can specify how many number of equal values you want to get it. You can mention. But by default, you will get how many? 50 linearly equal spaced values you will get it. 50 linearly equal spaced values you will get it between start to stop. End point is equal to true means what? It is going to consider end point also. In a range function, end point will not be considered. In a range, end point will not be considered. Start to where? Stop minus 1. But here what will be considered? Stop point also will be considered. End point is equal to true if you say stop value also will be inclusive. That is the default value true they made it. Suppose if you make end point is equal to false, stop will not be considered. So the linearly equal spaced values between start to stop minus 1 values will be coming. How many by default? 50. Suppose I want only 5. I can mention the num value as 5. Num value as 5. Are you getting me? Next, return step is equal to false. Meaning of return step is between two linearly equal spaced values is there, na? Between two linearly equal spaced value, between two linearly equal spaced value, what will be the difference of value? What will be the difference of value? If you make it to true, that value will be returned. Which value? Between two consecutive values, what will be the difference? That equally spaced difference value will be returned. That is called in simple words, step of what? A range function. And D type is equal to that is called obviously by default float will be. I can take even int also, no issue. So what will be the parameters? Start and stop is known as what? Interval. Between these two intervals, what you specify. By default, how many linearly equal values will come? 50. You can specify your own value also, 2 na, 3 na, 4 na, how many you want. But endpoint is equal to true means it will consider what? Including stop also. If you mention endpoint is equal to false, what will happen? Stop will not be considered. Return step is equal to false means what? It will not return the equally spaced value difference. If you say true, that will give you the return step value also. I will show you the programmatically. D type represents by default float. You can go for representing int also. Shall we go for this now? So online students, did you understand that? If I go to the example now, it will be more clear. And this variable name is known as what? ND array object, obviously. Obviously, this is an ND array. So let's go to the Jupyter notebook here. So I'm going to the Jupyter notebook. So I'm launching this Jupyter notebook. So I'll go to, have you installed all of your Jupyter notebook? Right. So coming to the point back. So here I'm going to take new Python here. So part 3, we are continuing here. This is called a linspace related kind of thing. Import, import NumPy as NP here, NumPy as NP here. A is equal to NP dot linspace of, I'm going to give you 1 comma 10, 1 comma 10. What is the 1? What is the 10? That's all. I'm going to pass it. That's all. I'm going to pass it. So I'm going to print it. What is the value of num? What is the value of num? According to our syntax, what is the value of num? 50. So between 1 to 50, what will come? Linearly equal spaced value. First of all, you spell out. Good. Once again, you spell out once. Stand up. Right. Good. Sit down. So now I will go to linearly equal spaced value. In the equally spaced values, some difference will be there or not. That is difference of two linear equal spaced value is called return step, RET step. What is that? RET step. Because you have to understand the parameters. Understanding parameters is nothing but getting the functionality. So press the center key. You see students, all of you. How many are going to be available? ND array object first of all. This is starting with 10, ending with what? Starting with 1, ending with what? 10. That is nothing but what is the end point? Moddu. End point is true. Because of endpoint is true, because of endpoint is true, endpoint also considered. Because of endpoint parameter value is true, what is considered? 10 is also considered. What is the value of endpoint? 10. What is the starting one? What is the difference between these two? I will show you that. What is the length of this now? Print of L length of ND array object. ND array object A is equal to, come on, how do you write it? A dot size, you can write it. A dot size, you can say. A dot size, you can say. That is called 50. Can you tell me in another way? Can you tell me in another way? Come on, already you know. LEN of A. LEN of A also called what? 50. This indicates by default NUM is equal to 50. What is that NUM? 50 linearly equal spaced value will be coming. Right. Now I will go to the same example. I'm going to take it. I will introduce the parameter called what? What is the parameter I'm using? So the parameter here I'm going to write it. The parameter called something like endpoint. Endpoint is equal to what I'm mentioning? False. So how do you write it? Here I'm writing endpoint is equal to false. Endpoint is equal to false. Endpoint is equal to false means which one will not be coming? 10 will not be coming. So 10 will not be coming. You see 1 end point will not be coming. That is 9.82 only will be coming because I made it end point is equal to false. Next I'm going to take the parameter called. Next I'm going to take the parameter called num. Num parameter. Num parameter. So what is the num parameter? I'm going to take it here. NUM is equal to something like what do you know? 2 I'm going to take it. 2. That means how many numbers I want? Suppose you take it as 5. 5 you take it. How many numbers? 5. Between with what? Linearly equal spaced values. Linearly equal spaced values. 1, 3.25, 5.5, 7.25, and 10. And the point is included. Are you seeing this? Next, I'm going to take up the same type of thing again. I'm going to take one more parameter called what? One more parameter I'm going to take it. What is the parameter? RET step I'm going to take it. Parameter called RET step. So RET step I'm going to take it. Because these are very important in machine learning models. So machine learning algorithm you may verify, but implementing machine learning algorithm to be only through Python. If you don't know coding, if you buttify an algorithm, it is almost equal to academic exams only. What data science students are doing in Hyderabad is that only. What they will do is that only. They don't know how to develop even a single project of ML algorithms using. So the most highest paid jobs as on today's full stack jobs, full stack Python, most tremendous demanding jobs, and AI ML jobs, and cloud specialist, cyber security specialist, data scientist. In all these things, what is the language? Python is a main backbone. So that's why be perfect in these parameters and all. So you are going to get it. What is the return step? False. Okay, I need to write. Return step is called what? True, I will write it. Return step is true, I will write it. Here I am going to write it. The return step is equal to true. By default, false only. By default, what is that? False. Now I am making return step is equal to true. Whenever you write a return step is equal to true, this will return two values. One is ND array will return. between two consecutive numbers, between these two consecutive numbers, between these two consecutive numbers, between these two consecutive numbers, what is the linearly spaced value between that, difference between that? So I need to hold one type of value. What is that? Come on, spaced value. A function can return either one value or more than one value. In our functions, in our approaches, I used to say a function can return either one value or more than one value. In our normal Python programming, we used to get it, which is returning more than one value. If it is returning more than one value, I can hold it into single variable. I can hold more than one variable. More than one variable is known as what? Function call with multi-line value. This is nothing but what? A function call with a single line value. So if I'm holding two values in a single variable, it is which type? Tuple type. Already in our functions only, LKG only I was explained that. So today, when I say return step is equal to true, you are not only getting ND array values, you are also getting the difference between these two. They will ask you immediately one question. What is the difference of value between these two consecutive values? Between two linearly spaced values, what will be the difference of the number? That time I have to write return step is equal to true. That is called interval between the two values. So I'm going to write it, students. I'm going to write it. Content of content of ND array, content of ND array object. There I'm writing print of A, print of A. Now I'm going to write it. What is this now? Linearly spaced value. Linearly spaced value. Linearly spaced value is equal to what? SPV. SPV. I'm going to write it. See the beautiful answer now. What is an answer? Content of ND array object. I got it. Linearly spaced value is called what? This much is the difference between these two. Manually also you calculate. Manually, how do you take the difference between these two? This value minus this value. So I'm going to take this. In the Python environment, you come. In the Python environment, you come and see the difference of this. Because you need to have cross check all the times. Minus what? 1.0. Yes. Is it correct or not? 1.0. What is an answer is coming? This is an answer is coming. This is an answer is coming. You go to the result what you got it. Linearly spaced value also you try to get it here. Try to paste and compare it. 183, 183, 67347, 67, and then 346. And you know, rounding process will be done. I already said you rounding process. 3 is called 346. Next, what is there? 9. 9 will be rounded. 5 and above will be becoming what? 347. Are you getting my point? Between two consecutive numbers, you need to take it. And this two values also you can take it. This value you can take it. Minus what? This value you can take it. Minus this value also you can take it. This is also going to have the same equal value coming or not? This is known as which value? Good, good. What is that technically? RET step. Spell out. Be perfect in the syntax. Be perfect in the syntax. Right? So, what is the parameter you have seen already? End point is equal to true you have seen. By default, it is true. You can make it as even also false. Now, what is the step here? By default, it is false. It is not returning. Now, if I write a true, it will return what? Step value also will be returned. Are you following me? Right. Let us go to the next point. I'm going to write it. Now I'm going to take it one more kind of value. What is my value here? Num is equal to what? 5. Num is equal to 5. What is the num is equal to 5? 5 linearly equal values I want between that. And what will be the linearly spaced space value also you are getting? What is the difference? 1, 3.25, 5.5, 5.75, and this one. What is the linearly spaced value? 2.25. 2.25. This is a very important in uniform distribution, normal distributions. Very, very important. So this linearly equal values. Now I'm going to take it one more kind of thing. One more kind of thing. End point is equal to what? End point. And what? End point is equal to what? I will pass it. False. Endpoint is equal to false, I'm passing. You write endpoint is equal to what? False. I can write either before or after because I'm using keyword arguments. Keyword arguments, So you see this now. It is called what now? 1.8. Which value is not coming? 10 is not coming. Earlier 10 came or not? Because endpoint is what? True. Now endpoint is equal to what? False. So are you getting this now? So now I'm going to get it. D type also if you want. D type also if you want. I can pass it. D type is equal to int I'm writing. D type is equal to int I'm writing. So what is the D type? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. And what is the value there? Generally linearly spaced values always it will come in the form of float version. Are you getting my point? This is the most important students. Everybody must be so careful about it. So you are going to understand, I hope so, linearly spaced values. Online students, is it clear, ma'am? Is the syntax is clear for all of you? Respond it, all of you. Now, I want to, last and final question I am asking. I want to ask you to go for, this is by default gives you what mechanism, ma'am? This is by default giving you which mechanism? I will go for giving you this one more kind of thing. It is called a 6, I'm going to take it. Or something like a 16, I'm going to write it. It is endpoint is equal to something I'm writing. Linearly spaced value, I'm getting it. So I'm going to get it. What is the dimension of this? Come on, quickly. Come on, dimension is how much? Right, dimension is equal to a dot what? Ndim. So a dot ndim. That is called one only. So linearly spaced value is this much. So if you want, I can go for D type also need not to write. So you are going to get the float related values also will be coming. So now I want to go for, can I reshape it up? Can I reshape it now? Yes, do that reshaping of, I want to go for dot what? reshape of reshape of what I'm going to do 4 comma 4 I'm going to do it 4 comma 4 I'm going to do it. Of course you will get error. So I will go to this place. You remove that. Why? Because it is done. I will take it a dot shape is equal to 4 comma 4. Why 4 comma 4 separately I'm writing? Since it is returning two values, on two values you cannot go for 4 comma 4. That's why on ND array only I'm doing what? Come on. Yes. So I'm going to go for this kind of data. So you see, ma, this is a value we are getting it. Is it clear? Linearly spaced value is going to come. I hope you are getting me. So dimension is 2. So finally, I will go for this kind of thing, something like this. Here I'm going to write it. If at all you want to, if you want to, suppose A only I'm taking single variable. I need to take it as what? It is which type? ND array only, it is in tuple type. So I'm going to take it what? A of 0. A of 0 dot shape of is equal to 4 comma 4. There I'm going to write it 2 comma 4 comma 2 I'm going to write it. 4 comma 2. And what I will write it? A of 0 dot what? Dim. And what is this shape? A of what? 1. A of 1. So I hope you are getting me. No more confusions. It is all after all Python class. It is all wonders you don't feel it. It is already done in our class. Go to any of my classes, go to functions, approach number 4, direct program I am opening where I taught the examples. So in come to this place, here written off ABC, a function which is returning more than one value, a function which is holding three, a function call with multi-line assignment, a function call with single line assignment, whose type is called what? Tuple with indices I'm writing. These are all very, very important. Already explained. Already explained. It is of which type? When written one or more values, even today also, linearly spaced values returning two values here. Now I'm going to write it. Something like this. So this is linearly spaced values perfectly coming. So coming to the place of it. So online students, those who did not cover functions in my class, don't worry. I'm going to explain in the classroom that you need not to worry about it. So whether you are 7:30 or something, If you are not covered, please take this kind of example. Are you following me? It is not a rocket science where it is to feel difficult. It is a very easy. I'm showing systematically parameter by parameter. I'm going to show you. Is it clear? Right. Last and final 2 comma 2 comma 2 comma 2 comma 2. It is also going to give you what? 4D also it is going to give you. Are you following me now? Two clusters are there. Each one is going to be given like this. So this is about the subject of which function? Come on. Linspace. I will go for giving you the notes also for linspace. All of you need to read out once. I will show you the linspace mechanism now. So I will show you the linspace here. So try to understand linspace mechanism. Here I am going to have try to follow. So here I am going to have linspace. All of you read out. Start represents the starting value of the interval. Stop represents the stopping value of the interval. Num, the amount of evenly spaced samples, evenly spaced values over the interval to be generated. The default is 50. Endpoint, it is true, indicates that stopping value included in the interval. RET step, this has to be a Boolean value. It represents the steps and samples between two consecutive numbers. Right? D type represents a data type of item array. Last and final, once it is getting completed, say what? Import what? NumPy, NumPy as NP. Come on, help of what? Linspace and linspace. So NP dot linspace. You are going to get it. The see that help on linspace in NumPy module. Start, stop, NumPy num endpoint, RET step, D type. This rest of them, you don't worry. Device, all these things, don't worry. These are our programmatic related kind of things. I'm showing the help also for you. Understand? So these kind of things are very, very important. Is it clear? Well, online students, I hope it is now clear about it. Now I'm going to enter into the next approach. What is the next approach I'm going to enter into? Another function I'm going to take it as I. I function. Before I function, I want to talk about the identity function because I is going to be much flexible than what? Identity. So నేను ఏం చేస్తానంటే of course order is not an important. I need to cover the subject in such a way that you need to understand perfectly. Go to the identity function now. So I'm going to take the identity function. Syntax also I'm going to give you. Syntax is variable name is equal to numpy dot identity identity identity. See, once today linspace function is learning, tomorrow forgetting the syntax, day after tomorrow forgetting yesterday's. Like that, if you forget day by day, at the end of the day nothing is there in the brain. That's why we have to daily morning and evening we have to read. And I've seen some of the one or two girls are keeping the opening the notes and keeping the book, watching YouTube shorts. What is the use of that? No use of that. There is no use. So I don't say anything to girls. If it is a boy, not directly firing, fire, and keeping the gun in the back. Girls, I don't say anything. I don't say anything. I don't know why this reservation for them, but I don't mind for them. I నవ్వకండి ఎందుకు నవ్వుతున్నారు? Why you are laughing? Is it a joke or what? Seriously, I'm saying, and you are taking it as a very joke. So one day if I send you out, next day you will not speak. So don't do that. So identity of come to the point. Identity of n comma d type I'm going to take. What is the purpose of this function? Purpose of this function. I want a matrix with identity matrix. That is nothing but what? Unit matrix I want. In childhood days, unit matrix. First of all, it is used to build, it is used to build identity matrix, identity or unit matrix. What is the unit matrix, sir? Unit matrix contains all principal diagonal elements. All principal diagonal elements must be one, and whose product must be one, and whose product must be one, whose product must be one, product must be one. Best example. I will go to the example. Look at this. Now I want to write a matrix like this. I want to take 1, 0, 0, 1. This is known as what? Principal diagonal we can call. What is that? Principal diagonal. In gaming and all those things, it is an important. But this is not a principal diagonal elements. Okay, now. So these are called which diagram? Principal diagonal. What is the product? 1 into 1. 1 into 1 is called what? 1. And all the elements must be what? 1. So some people may ask you some question. 2, 0, 0, 2. Is it a unit matrix? No. Unit means 1. Principal diagonal elements must be what? 1. So this is not a unit matrix. By applying row operations, column operations of our Gauss-Jordan function in our intermediate, Cramer's rule, inverse matrix rule, Gauss-Jordan rule, rows operations, column operations. Do you know that? మనకి ఏం వస్తలేదంలే, right? All those things in our intermediate we used to get 10 marks questions, 5 marks questions you used to get or not. That kind of thing, how to write the coding for column operations and all. So that you can do with a simple functions here. That functions we need to go for it. So this identity matrix, if you want to build, I will go for this. N represents order of the matrix. Order of matrix. Order means what is Saitma? Rows and what? Columns is called what? Order. And identity matrix is always called a square matrix. Square matrix means number of rows and number of columns must be equal. You know, rectangle matrix, square matrix, empty matrix, something you learned or not? Rectangle matrix means rows and columns are different. Unit matrix contains what? Square matrix. So now I am going to build. Now I am going to build. Now I am going to say 1 0 0 0 0 1 0, and this is called 0 0 1 0 0 1. All these things are going to be comes under what? Principal diagonal elements we can call. Are you getting me? So what is this chapter is going on? What is the use of constructing the ND array object? We are learning. Already I said the purpose of this kind of thing in real world. What is the purpose I said? If I use a traditional list, what are the drawbacks? If I use ND array, what are the advantages? I already said in the last 2 classes back only. So all the students must remember all my classes. Without remembering the classes, if you ask what is the purpose of it, you need to refer my notes of previous lectures. Without remembering, if you come to the class, no meaning of it. So what is this n represents here? 3 by 3. Like that, I can go to 4 by 4, I can go to 5 by 5 and all. So we are learning what? Beginning of organizing the data in which object? ND array. So ND array object, why to store it? Already I said the purposes. So I don't mind to go for example, ML algorithms are there, AI algorithms are there. In that supervised learning, unsupervised learning, reinforcement learning, these are all called data science ML algorithms. I can happily implement in my Python level with this kind of calculations. But my subject is not this one. My subject is what? NumPy programming with all calculations, I will say. I said to you, all these calculations, you will get it into ML and AI. So it doesn't mean that as a part of full stack Python, I doesn't keep my fingers in ML and AI algorithms. So my course is having some journey, starting point and ending point. So I'm going to tell you how to build my ND array object and how to organize, what operations I can perform. We are going to learn next coming classes. So we are learning how to organize in ND array object. Are you understanding this N? What is this N parameter represents? Order. Here N represents what? Order. Order. But order represents, what is this? rows and what? Columns. Rows and columns. This columns must be what? Equal. Must be equal. If I say 2, it will take it as 2 by 2. If I say 3, it will take it as 3 by 3. 4 means 4 by 4 it will take. Are you following me? Right. Coming to the point back, now I'm going to enter into the identity matrix. So D type is by default float it is. Now I'm going to take it. One more kind of thing I'm going to take it. Now I'm going to take it. Which matrix? Identity matrix. So let us start with how to go for identity matrix here. So go to as usual, import NumPy as NP, as usual you have already. Now build what matrix? 2 by 2 identity matrix. Come on, A is equal to NP dot identity, identity of 2. I'm writing it. Print of A, print of A, the type of A. It will print 1 point, 0 point, 0 point, 1 point it will build. 1 point and A point will be built. Okay, import. So it is going to be like this. So we are going to get 1 point, 0 point, 0 point, you will get it. If you want that point as what? D type is equal to, D type is equal to what? Int. If I write a D type is equal to int, so you are going to get it what? 1, 0 and then 0, 1. So if I want one more kind of 3 by 3 matrix, this 3 represents what, this kind of thing. So where I said what is the use of this? There is a matrix, that matrix to be multiplied with some other matrix, want to get the same matrix. Any matrix of 3 by 3 to be multiplied with any of the 3 by 3 matrix, want to get the same matrix. This is definitely which matrix? Come on, unit matrix. Unit mat. This is actual matrix multiplication will go. Yesterday I said 1, 1, 1, 1, etc. That is called element-wise matrix multiplication we can call. Are you getting this identity matrix? So now I am going to take it. Now I am going to take up. Here I will take it. 4 I will write it. It is going to give you the matrix called what? 4 by 4. All principal diagonal elements are called 1 only. So this is used to build which matrix? Identity matrix. If my requirement in AI ML models or DevOps place or anywhere, if I want to build a unit matrix, what you will do? I cannot go for taking a big list as what? 100. Next is called what? 010. Next is called what again? 0001. And again list in list. LST is equal to converting that A into what? NP dot what again? Array of LST. I need not to go for writing such a big story. Are you getting it? I need not to go for such a big story. Directly I will go for what? Identity matrix like this. Are you following me? Right. Suppose if you don't know NumPy or Pandas, when you are learning directly ML and AI, there you observe everywhere that in NumPy, they will teach 1 or 2 classes, NumPy is over. And because of AI ML, when they are learning, why they don't know how to implement it? You take any student in entire Hyderabad, everywhere else, most of the time, you take it, they don't know how to implement the algorithm. That's why they are not able to select, even though they feel that they know data science. The main problem is coding is zero. This coding is mandatory for you. You download IIM, IIT, any type of YouTube advertisement, Google advertisements are coming. Download that. The major role is played by these two modules, NumPy and Pandas. Okay. So take care. This all the functions you need to remember. Next, I will go for one more function called identity matrix. That is called identity matrix is this one. Next function is I. Next function is I. Used for which purpose? Identity to build unit matrix or come on identity matrix. Are you okay? So stand up once, all of you, all the boys. So becoming very dull. Saturday, huh? Saturday? No. Feeling like a Saturday. That's why most of them are absent. Almost 40% students are absent. It is a new punishment. Other batch students are feeling so much new, everything. So much new. So what is this? standing up, listening, and doing something and all. New people getting new syntaxes. It is my regular practice in my class. If they don't talk in the class, I'll make them to stand up. Even they will sit on the ground also in my class. You don't know that. Right. Come to the next function is identity. Identity syntax is variable name is equal to numpy dot identity of n comma d type. What is the n represents? Order of the matrix, order of that. Now go to the help of what is this? np dot identity. np dot help of np dot identity of. So I'm going to get it. You see that identity n comma d type is equal to none, and you are going to get in represents what? Enter number of rows as well as what? Columns. It is taken as an output as n by n. N by n. Are you following me now? So they are giving something like this, and we got it. And we gave here 2 by 2 and 3 by 3 with a data type int and all those things. Very clear? Right. So do you remember the linspace syntax? So tell me the parameters once. Start, stop, end point, ret step, d type, d type. Okay. Sit down, sit down. So come to the point of it. Next I'm going to enter into the another function called what? I. I function I'm going to take it. Eighth function is I. So try to follow me this function. So now I'm going to take a I function syntax. I'm going to write it. This I function syntax will be like this. This is also meant for generating which type of function identity matrix only will be coming with a more flexibility. With a more flexibility, with more flexibility, it is going to build. Identity function is a straightforward function. Everybody will ask you the questions on I function only. What is the I function is meant for? Like how much important the lin space? They will ask you I function. What is this I function parameters? N. What is that n represents? Huh? That means you are mentioning the row. When I mention the row, it is taken as row into column, same thing. You have seen the help also. Help is important. You cannot add your own English like your academics. In your academics, what you will do? You will add your own English. Going on writing cow essay, donkey essay, everything you will add it. But if you add that kind of thing, they will look at like that only. So you have to go for as it is, you have to repeat so that you will be powerful, right? Even in Ameripay training institutes also, they will add with their own spicy so that that spicy will enter into your mind. Mind will become disturbed. That is called bad career to the student. If you go to interview, person like me will show the help and ask you what you are saying and what the help is completely blunder. You are unfit. That's why when you need to learn what help you need to see first. Whoever is teaching whatever Django, for example, somebody teaching, you have to also show me the help. Show me the help, right? That you need to know. So Django you feel which version of Django they will teach. First of all, that is important. 1947 Django, if you say you will become Django. Really, I'm telling all these facts. These are all facts. Because మీకు ఎందుకు ఇవన్నీ జాగ్రత్తలు చెప్తా ఉంటాం మీకు అలాంగ్ విత్ సబ్జెక్ట్ హౌ టు లర్న్ డీప్ సబ్జెక్ట్ హౌ టు బి కేర్ఫుల్ దీస్ ఆర్ ఆల్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ కమ్ టు ద పాయింట్ n comma m is equal to none. That means with this kind of function we are not only preparing unit matrix with a square, you can also prepare unit matrix with what? Rectangle matrix also you can prepare the unit matrix. Rectangle matrix also we can prepare the unit matrix. That is a speciality and flexibility of which function? I, comma, k is equal to 0. What is the meaning of k also I will tell you. Next is called d type is equal d type also I will write it. So what is the meaning of this n? So this purpose is what? To build, to build, to build which type of thing? To build which matrix? Identity matrix. To build identity matrix. Already you know what is an identity matrix. And what is this n? N represents what? First of all, rows. Here it takes us rows. And m is equal to none. That means even you need not to mention the n value at all. That means if you don't mention any of these values, only if you write n, it works like which matrix? Identity matrix. Suppose if you mention m, here m, if at all you mention m, it will be taken as what? Columns. It will be taken as a columns. So if n and m is equal, no problem. If n and m is not equal, it will prepare which matrix? Rectangle matrix. That time it is going to prepare the which matrix? Rectangle matrix will be prepared. For example, I'm going to write it. Careful. Now I'm going to take a 1. I'm going to take it the n value as something like 3 and m value is something like 4. What is the meaning of this? My matrix is what? 3 rows, 3 rows, and how many columns? 4 columns. This is called 4 columns. I'm going to get 4 columns. So what are the values we are having? What are the values we are having? Actually, which matrix? I matrix, which will build what matrix? Identity matrix. Starts the principal diagonal elements with what? First 3 rows will be given preference. This is called preference. 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. But how many columns? Rest of them filled with what? Zeros only. This is going to be called as which matrix? Though it is called rectangle matrix, an identity matrix is filled only in the area which you mentioned based on the rows. Are you able to follow? So this is called m comma n comma m specification. This is called rectangle, but the identity matrix will be available here. Are you getting me? Right. Suppose if it is n is equal to 4, m is equal to 3. What is your mechanism here? How many rows? 4. That is an important for me first. How many columns? So it is going to see the matrix of what it will take. 4. 4 will be taken into first. So start the mechanism called what? 1. Next 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. And it is going to contain what? 0. So earlier it was having 0 last. Now it is having zeros added here. Is it called unit matrix or not? Yes. Are you catching me? And this kind of principal diagonal, please observe it. This principal diagonal is pointed by a parameter called K. What is the parameter here? K. These are all very important subject. This is what is the K represents? Principal diagonal. Principal diagonal. Whose principal diagonal is located by a value called 0. Axis value called 0. What is the principal diagonal is located by a parameter called K. What is the by default K points to? 0. 0 indicates which one? Principal diagonal elements. Are you following me? Next up, what will be the values of K? This part is known as what? This part is known as what? Lower the principal diagonal. This part is known as what? Upper the principal diagonal is. Suppose I want to prepare a unit matrix below the principal diagonal. I need to bring the K value down. I need to bring the K value down. K value down means I need to take it as a -1, -2, -3. What is the -1, -2, -3? Below the principal diagonal elements values of K. What is this is called 1 and what is this is called 2. What is this 1, 2 are called above the principal diagonal elements. What will be the values of K? What is the default value of K? 0 indicates principal diagonal elements unit matrix is getting prepared. What is the next one? -1, -2, so on, -n represents what? Below the principal diagonal where the identity matrix will be prepared. K is equal to what next? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. is called what? Above the principal diagonal elements. These parameters are important. This is what you can come across. What is the I function use? You tell me. I can prepare an identity matrix with a K is equal to 0 diagonal as unit matrix. Below the principal diagonal I can prepare. Above the principal diagonal I can prepare. But the D type by default here float. If I can represent what? Int. So what will be the parameters you tell me? What will be the parameters you tell me? Which is already written over there. N comma M is equal to none and K is equal to 0 and D type is equal to float, or by default it is a float. You can mention if you want integer. Are you getting me? So this is equal to which function? Identity function. But this is more flexible. Shall I go to the example now? Right. What n represents? Rows. What m represents? If I represent only n, it will take it as n into n. N value also consider as which value? M value. If I write n and m are different, it will prepare what? Rectangle. Rectangle. Suppose all of you tell me I of 2 comma 6 I'm going to take. What will be given preference? 2. Next is called how many here? 6. So what is the value starts with? 1, 0, 0, 1. Rest of them what? Zeros. Why this is starting from here only? K value is what? 0. K value 0 means 0, 0 place only your value 1 starts with. Are you getting me? This is a very important flexibility here. Let's go to this. Now I'm going to start with, go to this. This syntax I'm going to carry. So identity function, we got completed. Now I'm going to take it ID. Come on. Import NumPy as NP. A is equal to NP dot I of 3. I of 3. So print of A comma type of A. Type of A. See that answer now. What is the K value here? 0. Every one go to home. What is the K value? 0. Already I said so many times to you, again saying wrong. And this is called what? Above principal diagonal. This is called what? Below principal diagonal. What is the D type? Float. What is the N value? 3. M value also 3. Now next I'm going to take up. Next also I'm going to take up. Here I'm going to mention here D type is equal to int. D type is equal to int. Are you following me? Yes. Now I'm going to enter the next part of it. Be careful. Now I'm going to enter. Take one more thing called what? 6 you take it. 6 once you take it. This is called what? 6 by 6 identity matrix. Be careful. Now I'm going to take it. Now I'm going to take it. This principal diagonal is pointed by which parameter? K. Now I'm going to start with K is equal to what? -1. -1 means below na or above? Below. That means here onwards our value will start. What is this? 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. Like this, it will be prepared. Below the principal diagonal, that will be prepared. Please observe it. This is going to be like this. It is going to be like this. Is it started below 1 or not? This was the principal diagonal. Actually, it is starting below. This is an important kind of thing. This, though I am not telling where I am using any ML place where I will use it. If I enter into the, I don't mind to go, but if I go, it is almost equal to the data science course. I am going to bring it over here. So that if it is going to come to you when you enter into the data science level, ML and AI, that is the highest paid jobs as on today. Almost 80 plus algorithms are there in ML level. If they teach at least 20, you will get the good job. 20 algorithms. Not small thing. You need to go to almost to what? The big algorithms. If you type IBM related kind of things, NBTL kind of thing, you type it ML algorithm, just names you see. that type of names with Python coding. You just open the Python coding, you will understand the coding, but you don't know the algorithm. That's why algorithm presentation, mathematical example, implementation to Python programming. In that place, you will come across this type of libraries. So the main heart is what? Coding. Algorithm you can understand if the faculty present very well. Understand? Stack is there, stack's concept is there. If I explain concept of stack very powerfully, you will understand algorithms now. Push to pop, is empty, is full, search, all these things you will understand. If I implement in Python, you can do. If I know Python code, C++, Java, .NET, any language you can implement when you know language and algorithm if you understand. But here I am going to tell you what here coding, coding, algorithm. If you know, this is easy to implement. So now I will go to the next part of it. What is the next one I am writing here? Is equal to 2, I am going to say minus 2. What is happening? Minus 2 still coming down or not? Minus 2, minus 3, minus 4 I am writing directly. Minus 4 when I write it, it is going to prepare what? Is it called the unit matrix or not? Is it called the unit matrix or not? This is comes under the unit matrix which is getting prepared here. This is called principal diagonal. You observe this is called what? Principal diagonal here. Now, if I want to get it, you may ask a question, sir, I will write minus 3. Minus 3 means it is going to come to this place. This is minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. I will write it last and final directly minus 5. So minus 5, I am going to write it. All the students in online. So try to understand. Last is cut minus. If I write minus 6, no use of it. Recollect? So let us shift it to what? Go to above. Above principal diagonal. What is the above principal diagonal? 1 now. 1. It is shifted to this kind of thing to where? Above the principal diagonal. Are you getting this entire thing? See the principal diagonal elements here. This is going to be the unit matrix prepared. Like that, I will write here. This is called 1, 2, 3, 4. I am writing directly. 4. I am writing 4. So it is going to prepare what? Unit matrix in this place. Are you following this? So this kind of things you are going to get it. Now I will use it. One more called what? M parameter I am using. M. So let us go to this place. N is equal to something like 3 comma what? 4. 3 comma 4. 3 comma 4 means right. In that you will take the square matrix identification. Which one is the first criteria? Rows. In that possible 3 by 3 will be prepared as a unit matrix. How many elements? 9 elements over. Rest of them, how many? 3. 12. Totally 12. 9 elements will become a square. Rest of the 3 elements, 12 minus 9 will become zeros. Zeros. But you know already that part I shown you. D type is equal to int. D type is equal to int. Is it becoming the first 3 or not? And the rest of them are what? Zeros. Last and final. I will go to this place. Here I am going to write it. 4 comma 3 I am going to write it. 4 comma 3 I am going to write it. Is it going to be the first 3 and it is going to become rest of them like this or not? Something like that. You can take it any of the discussion like that. 5 comma 2 for example. 5 comma 2 or 5 comma 4. In that, what is happening you see? What is happening you see? Up to here only you are going to get it. It is a square matrix. Rest of them are what? 0. So you have mentioned N, M, D type also is there. If you want last and final, I can mention K is equal to what also? Minus 1 I am going to write it. Minus 1. And minus 1 means comma. Comma you need to write it. This minus 1 indicates what? Below that principal diagonal, this is going to be made. Is it clear? So go to the place. Here I'm going to take it. Here I'm going to represent help of what? NP dot I. NP dot I. Please take up all of you. Stay, read out I of N comma M comma A equal to D type is equal to float. D type is equal to what? Float. So what is this? N represents number of rows and M represents what? Number of columns. If none, if nothing is specified, default value will be taken as N. As it is, you need to learn. If you add your own English, brain will disturb. Spicy antar dani. Spicy food, if you eat, it will become indigestion. Beginning, okay. When you go to interview, that time it will come out that spicy. Opposite person cannot listen what you are saying. Person like me will show directly this kind of thing, and they will say what you said, and this one you read out, and you only will accept that you don't know anything. And you will look at back, where is my sir? Sir is not there, nobody is there. That's why during the studies time only, you should learn by seeing, help. Understand? So don't believe anybody these days, very danger. Because if I am there, I don't believe you. What you are saying, I don't listen. I say, if you are talented, write the code and show me. That's all. Any faculty, if you want to believe that, you need to show the help. Then only you believe it. They will say, I am a president of USA. They will say, you need to ask, please show me the card, sir. If card is showing it is a fake or original, also you have to find out. How? Help. Help is only the one and only simple guideline for you. Because as a student, I will look into all these things. Don't be like a very good student. Be smart in learning the subject. Okay. And the next K, int represents what? Index of the diagonal. What is this? Zero. What is the zero? Refers to what? That is called principal diagonal. Did you understand? Right. A positive value refers to what? A negative value represents what? Like that. What teacher says, that should be there in the helper. Not only NumPy, Pandas also, Python also, ML also, Django also. Everything should be there in the helper. That means faculty should have perfect grip on the total subject. When they have perfect grip on the subject, then only they can deliver with the syntaxes, with the parameters. Understand? That is what you have to learn it. Simply learning like everybody, friend is learning Python, I am also learning Python. Useless Python, don't learn it. All the Python with a total knowledge is required. Understand? So coming to the point of it, disorder device, don't worry about it. And coming to this place here, you are getting some sort of example. This is a 2D 3D, k is equal to some only few examples are given. Now I gave you multiple examples here. I can go to it. Are you following me now? Right. Somebody is asking, Pratik Pandey, sir, how you take interview in your time? Do you scold candidates? No, I never scold candidates. I never scold candidates. Why should, if you are my student, I will tell you, I will shout on you. Scolding means my scolding is affectionate scolding. My scolding is not taking a stick and then beating something like, no. My scolding is affectionate. Affectionate means why my student cannot remember. That is my affectionate scolding. If you come to interview to me, an unknown candidate is coming, suppose you say something. How can I make you to realize that you are wrong? I will open my laptop. Whatever you said, I will open the help and I will make you to read out. What you said, definitely it is not there. Why? It is not your mistake. It is a mistake of the trainer. During your platform of learning, there you have to show all these things. Correct or not? Yes. So if you learn like this, help, concept, programming, tomorrow if you go to an interview, in front of Travis Oliphant also you can say, you developed this I am saying, you and me equal. Correct or not? Guido van Rossum developed a function called upper off. I will also develop KVR upper off. How? You already learned it, how to use upper off. So yes, you are almost competing. That is called reality in learning subject. If I help seeing is always important. Suppose I am learning HTML. Body tag I am learning. Who developed body tag? Who developed body tag? W3C organization. W3C organization, one person name is there. Show the W3C help. Body tag, what are the attributes in that? Form tag is there. Form tag attributes, what are the help of it? You learn like that. All documentation, X website, Y website, YouTubers, who are all these people? They are like you only. They will add their own spicy. You will learn that, and you will go to interview. You will try to say something. Person like me will show the help like this. Finally, what will happen? Problem. So, what is an alert? The success is if anybody says, you need to ask help, help. If the faculty is real, help is there. Whatever he explained in the teaching, same words will be there. Otherwise, get lost. Out. That's all. That is only the simplest. That's why day one I said apply on my class. I said, did you remember that? Now also I'm doing the same thing. Dijang also same thing. ML also same thing. Everything you have to go for it. Now, coming to the point of it. Okay, Pratik, I never say anything to that. When you say some answer, I say very good, excellent, amazing, beautiful. And I will type, I will show the help. You see, you will see. Your face feelings are dull when it is not there, happy if it is there. Correct or not? Yes. So why should I scold? Because if I scold, you will scold me. Because you don't know about me now. Correct? You know about me, that's why I'll shout. Because I have a right, because you are my student. You are not my customer. If you are a customer, I'll say, sir, 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 come, sir, like that. In should people will call now. When you go to counseling, sir, sir, come here. If you come to my class, I'll say, sit down on the ground, I'll say, because I'm teaching wonderful subject for you. Come. Come to the point of it. Now I will go to another kind of mechanism. What is the next? H stack. H stack. What is the H stands for? Horizontal. Because already you are gold medalist in full forms. Now I'm going to do stacking. Stacking. Spell out. What do you mean by stacking? Organizing one above the other or organizing one adjacent to the other. That is called what? Vertical stacking and horizontal stacking. Vertical stacking and horizontal stacking. Your biscuits are stacked what? 5 rupees packet if you say vertical stacking. If you buy some 10 rupees or some 50 rupees, is there horizontal stacking? Vertical stacking is there as well as horizontal stacking. What is the use of that? To merge two ND array objects. What is the use of that? To merge two ND array objects, either vertically or horizontally. Are you getting me? So if I make some more candidates adjacent to you, that is called what? H stacking. If I make you to sit backside of you, the same set of students backside, it is going to be known as what? Vertical stacking. So what are the two functions are there? H stack and then what? V stack. H stack and V stack. In further, there is a D stack also will come. D stack. There is a depth stack will come. Depth stack. V stack, H stack, D stack, simply stack also there. These many stackings are there. So coming to the point of H stack. Shall I go to the H stack now? Yes. Let us move to the H stack. Online students, are you comfortable here? Now I'm going to go for H stack now. So I'm going to take up variable name is equal to numpy dot H stack of. Now I'm going to write something over there. Don't worry about it. Here I'm writing some dot dot dot. After a few minutes, you can write it. What is the dot 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 represents? One ND array, second ND array, third ND array, fourth ND array. Any number of ND arrays you can take it, provided it is going to be a tuple of ND arrays, you can mention it. So here I can write it something like ND array object 1, ND array object 2, provided what must be same? Rows must be same. Dot dot dot. I can write it. H stack. Just remember the blind rule called what? H. H stands for what? I will take the example. A is equal to np dot array of np dot array of 10, 20, 30, 40. 10, 20, 30, 40 of what? Reshape of 2 comma 2. What is this matrix? 2 by 2 matrix. Which matrix? B is equal to B is equal to B is equal to dot. Close this bracket. B shape of done. B is equal to NP dot array of. I am going to write it here. 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 4 dot what reshape of what is this 2 comma 2. First direct example. What I'm going to write it, mom? Matrix A. Matrix A. I'm going to take matrix A. And I'm going to print matrix A, comma type of A. Type of A. Similarly, matrix B. I'm going to take matrix B. Here I will take it. Next, I'm going to write it B, comma, and this is called B. So this, let us print this. This is a matrix A and matrix B. I want to merge both the matrices. How do you merge both the matrices? ND array object. This is one ND array. This is another ND array. I want to merge it together. There are two ways are there to merge it. One is merging the things at the end of existing ND array. One more is merging at the below to the ND array or on the top of the ND array, whichever we like it. So go for what? Horizontal stacking. Horizontal means what is considered rows or columns? Come on. Right. Rows I need to consider. Come on here. C is equal to, there only I will go in this place only. Horizontal stacking. Horizontal stacking. So horizontal stacking. Come on, ma. C is equal to NP dot H stack of. H stack of. When you are going to apply, H stacking, you must ensure that A comma B, I am going to write it. When I am writing A, you see the order of it. What is an order of it, ma? 2 comma 2. 2 comma 2. What is the main important thing to consider? Rows. Rows represents what? Horizontal representation. And this another type of thing can be what? It must be compulsory what? 2 rows only must be there. You can have any number of columns, no problem. 3 columns or 4 columns, it doesn't make any difference for me. But what is an important? Rows are important. In H stacking, what must be equal in both rows? If I have extra, you will be getting type error. It is not possible for stacking. Are you getting me? When you are stacking means they should put it into that, they should fit it into that ND array object. So in this case, you try to print it. That is called stacked matrix. So stacked matrix C. So stacked matrix C. Stacked matrix C. I'm going to write it here. So there I'm going to write it C comma the type of C I'm going to take it. See this now here, students. You got an error. What is this error? It is a H stack is taking only one positional argument, but you have given how many? So you have to represent this in the form of tuple. This you have to represent in the form of tuple. Tuple organization, you know. So that's why I'm writing inside of this kind of thing. That's why this a dot says what? Tuple representation here. I think you are following me. So coming to the point back, now I'm going to see what is this now? 1020, 1020, and 1020, this thing, what is happening? What is happening? 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it horizontally stacked or not? Yes. So horizontal stacking, what will be considered? Rows. Which one is not considered? Columns. When rows and columns are equal, you can do horizontal stacking as well as vertical stacking, no problem. Right? Let us take one more example. Online students, be careful, ma. So I'm going to take up here. I'm going to take it one more kind of thing. I'm going to take it here, 5 comma 6, 5 comma 6. Next 7 comma 8, 7 comma 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Next is called 9 also I'm taking. This is called what? How many are here? So 2 comma 3. So I will take up to here, no problem. So I will take up to here. How many elements here? 6. So I can write it what? 2 comma 3. So if you want, you can write this also. 7 comma 8 also I can write. This I can say 2 comma 4. No problem. 5 or 4 or 4. So this also can be stacked. Why? This rows and this rows same or not? So here C comma type of C. So it will be done happily. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It is done. Is it clear? If you want, you can stack the C value in the before only. If you want, this is called a D is equal to B comma A, I can say. B comma A, I can say. So this is called a D. I need to print a D, not a C. I need to print a D here. So D here. So this is called a type of D. So you got it. These values are coming before. Is it clear? Suppose if it is having different order, it is not possible for stacking. It is not possible for stacking. Suppose I am having something like 9. I am going to take it as what 3 comma 3 I am going to take it. D is equal to, you are getting which error? Value error. It is not at all matching this sizes. It is not at all matching the sizes. So this type of stacking is not possible. What is mentioned here? Rows is an important in H stacking. Similarly, you can go for what? D stacking also. Sometimes, even in the documentation, some errors may be there. 99.99% error will not be there. 1%, 0.1%, some error will be there. So that error you will find in this case. Let us practically observe it. Let us observe it. Start here. Help of np dot hstack, hstack. You see this now? You always remember what is this? What is a TUP? Tuple. TUP means tuple. Stacks array in sequence horizontally. Horizontally means what is the main criteria? Rows or columns? But they mentioned wrong, little wrong. This you have to observe. Horizontally means it is not columns are called vertical. So we are horizontal means what will be considered? Rows. This is a small point you need to recognize. So go to the place here also. See the examples here. We are going to have 1, 2, 3. This is called 1D only. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. This is going to be called what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 also you can take it. I think you are following me now. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3. This is going to be 4, 5, 6. Instead of taking this one, and you can take one matrix like this. What we mentioned here is something like I'm reshaping and I'm doing it. If you want, you can go to this place also. Don't reshape it. Don't mention any shaping mechanism. Don't mention any shaping mechanism. What are the values are going to become? 10, 20, 30, 40. At the end of it, this is also going to be placed. Is it called merging or not? Is it all of them are going to come here? Clear or not clear? So generally, most of the time you'll come across this type of 2D stacking will be coming. Are you following me? Similarly, I'll go for what? V stacking mechanism also, I'll go for it. Similarly to that, V stacking mechanism also. V stacking will consider what? Come on, columns. So I'm going to enter into V stack. V stack of what? ND array. Same to same. I will go for this one and I'm going to have vertical stacking. Vertical stacking. There I will go to V stack. In this case, what is happening? 2 by 2 is only coming. So first A is taken up. This is called what? 10, 20, 30, 40, 30, 40. This is the one. Next, what is the mechanism of adding? This one. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4 will be coming. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is A comma B order. If you say B comma this one, what will happen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 20, 30, 40. This one will be coming. Whatever the way you want, you can go for it. Able to get it? So look at that. So look at this. Now I'm going to get it. 10, 20, 10, 20, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. If you want the other kind of stacking, the top, if you want the other one, you can go for what here? D is equal to B comma A. B comma A. Go to this place. Print D. Print D. So D I need to take it. D I need to take it. Just anytime when you are learning data science related students are visible to you, so try to ask these questions. These questions you ask, what is the difference between ND array and all those things? You see their notebooks. Only theory they used to teach. Completely theory. Open. Scroll it. Because the student don't know what is the real meaning of it. That's why wide scope is required. Wide searching is important. You have to browse the net like anything so that you will get a wide knowledge. So take care of. Are you following me? If you go to different order is there, different order is there, which is going to be something like this. This is going to be something like this. You try to follow now. Here I'm going to have it. What is this now? 2 comma 2. And what is this now? 3 comma 2. Here I will go to totally how many elements I will take. For example, 8 elements I will take it. 8 or 9. I will take some more elements like something like 4 and something like 6 and I will take 7. How many? 12. I will take it 2 comma 6 I will take it. 2 comma 6 or 6 comma 2. 6 comma 2 I will take it. So it is possible to go for which stacking? Vertical stacking. Vertical stacking. Vertical stacking is possible. So B comma A. On the top of this, what will be placed? 10, 20, 30, 40. So you are going to get it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9, and then 4, 6, 7. Below to that 10, 20, like that it will be coming. So that part already you are getting it. So this is V stack. Yes, V stack. Need to change. And you are getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And below to that you got it. Below to that you got it. So if you want on the top of it, it is very simple of it. So go to this place and B comma A comma B you can say and you can print this. Got it. And if you have different order, you used to get the same type of error management. That error page also I'm going to give you. Suppose this is 12. 12 elements are there now. I'm going to write 4 comma 3. 4 comma 3. How many columns you have? But here how many? So definitely it is mismatching. It will give you what? Error. And don't think that why error is coming. This is for creating error only I'm showing you. Go to the place. Here I'm going to take it. Help of np dot vstack. Vstack deals with yes columns. Please read out more. Sequence vertically. Vertical means what? Columns. But it is given row wise. That is actually they need to write reverse. Try to identify small bugs will be there in the documentation. But if you read this entire kind of thing, if you read this entire kind of thing, observe this entire kind of thing, the values are going to be what the documentation, what the help is completely different. The help example is important, what we shown here. I think you are following me. This is about which function? H stack function, V stack function, H stack function, I function. Next is what? Right. Now I'm going to take it diagonal. Let us go to the diagonal. Very, very easy. Now I'm going to take the diagonal function. So variable name is equal to numpy dot diagonal of diagonal of. So I'm going to write a diagonal of nd array object. Nd array object. Import numpy as np. You take it as np. Now I'm going to take it np a is equal to np dot a range of 3 into 3 dot reshape of what? 3 comma 3. Are you following me? So what are the elements? 0 to 0 to 8. 0 to 8. How many elements? 0 to 8? 9. Which I'm shaping as 3. So a comma type of a, observe it, you are getting these elements. Now I'm going to apply which function? Diagonal. So try to understand diagonal elements is equal to np dot diagonal of what? A. So diagonal elements, you try to observe it. What are the diagonal elements? 0, 4, 8, 0, 4, 8. Are you following me? So these are called the diagonal elements. You will have a doubt, sir, I want to get this 2, 4, 6. I'm going to tell after this methodologies are over, how to create an object of ND array. Lot of operations I'm going to tell you. Are you getting it? These are all called which diagonal elements? Principal diagonal elements. So I will write it here. Principal diagonal elements. What is the type of principal diagonal elements? Hmm? Can anybody can answer it? Principal diagonal elements. Which type? Come on, fast. DE is equal to, and the type is equal to, anybody can answer it. Dot format of DE comma type of DE. What is the type? ND array. Which one? ND array. See that ND array. Diagonal. These are all called returning an object of what? ND array. Generally, people will expect list. No, it is called what? ND array. All these functions are returning an object of ND array. Our example itself is number of approaches to create an object of ND array. I hope you are following me. Following? Right. So coming to the point back, now I'm going to say principal diagonal elements, ND array object is getting created. So this is diagonal function is completed. Next Monday class, when I come back, I'll go for what? Random. Random function I'm going to say. Random kind of values, how to generate. These are very, very important again. Most important, very important again. So don't miss the classes. So all these things you need to practice. If you practice, then you can understand. Without practicing, if you come to the class, nothing is useful. You have to practice it. Okay now? Right. We'll stop it. Monday class, don't miss it. And students, Monday, there is a concept, there is a new batch started. New batch started. Python 9 a.m. There is a 9 a.m. Full stack Python is started. Any friends and relatives are there, can intimate. Thank you. All the best. Online students, you hold on. You hold on for any doubts. Now it is today working, yesterday working, today not working. So go to lab. There is mentors are there. Mentors don't contact. Hardware engineers are there. You contact. Okay. Online students. Jitendra.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Jitendra. Tell me.
Sir, how are you?
Yeah, fine, Jitendra.
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, what are the concept we covered? So we
Hmm.
need to practice how much we are doing in class, or we have to practice in program or anything else.
No, man, you practice my examples more than enough. Na? Even I'm showing the documentation, there also you will not find, right?
Okay.
So practice all my examples, write the notes and close your book, understand my examples and practice.
Okay, sir. Then after that, we will be doing some program, right?
The programs means that's what I said in the class. If you go to ML, if we go to
Okay.
ML level, their algorithms
Mm-hmm.
will be there. In the algorithms
Mm-hmm.
time, you will use all these kind of instructions. Like data types, I said to you
Mm-hmm.
in our Python class. We are using in the
Yeah.
programming, right? Like that.
Yeah.
This NumPy Pandas are going to be operations we are learning how to perform. That we are implementing in this kind of
Mm-hmm.
ML algorithms.
Sir, this PyTorch and CUDA, those are like advanced, right? MLS
Modules that are also called modules, like NumPy, they
models.
are also modules.
Okay.
It contains
Models.
functions and all those things. So once you thoroughly understand this way of all the modules with the documentation, that also you can
Mm-hmm.
start learning it.
Okay,
Easy.
okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Right, right. Abhishek Shinde. np.linspace start is equal to 1, stop is equal to num is equal to d type is equal to. So I passed int type, now it is showing 10 create values. So obviously 10 values it will create. So stop is equal to num is equal to 10. 10 values only it will create. 10 values only it will create. Already shown in the class also. So here if we go to it, if we go to it, 10 values are going to create it. You asked what? 10. Between 1 to 5. The 10 values you asked. Actually, between 1 to 10, there are no 10 values. You need the 10 values. Okay, right. So come to the next Monday class, I will go for this kind of thing. Diagonal function is applied only on unit matrix. You cannot go for applying on rectangular matrix. Keep in mind, this is applied only on diagonal unit matrix, but not on rectangular matrix. So don't miss on Monday. Very, very important. NumPy.random kind of concepts, we will discuss it. So don't miss the classes on Monday. Thank you. All the best. Hmm? Ashish, is there any batch starting in the NumPy of? No. It is only one time the batch will be starting. One time only the batch will be starting. Okay. This will be starting after 3 months onwards. It is starting. Not any of the parallel batches will not be there. This is only the batch which is available. You need to utilize. Right. Thank you.